Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. Thank you for joining the webinar and an overview of SugarConnect. So SugarConnect is the latest productivity application integration to Sugar, and it provides critical customer context to sales and service reps, exactly when and where they need it while they're communicating in real time with their customers. We're broadcasting live from Sugar Connection in Paris, and because of that, we might have some issues with Wi-Fi connectivity, and if we do, we'll do our very best to fix it in recording, and we appreciate your patience. Today we have Trevor Bloking, the Senior Director of Product Management at Sugar. Trevor's responsible for the AI, mobile, and plugin products at Sugar, and he's going to walk us through what SugarConnect is all about, as well as give us a demo. So without any further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Trevor.
Great, thanks David. And again, good morning, good afternoon, everyone on the phone. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's a pleasure to be coming to you live from Sugar Connection in the beautiful Paris, France. Today we're going to be talking and walking through SugarConnect and also a live demonstration of the product. To begin, we will cover a couple of roadmap items as well. So our standard forward-looking statements, we always do our best to make sure that we're giving you the latest and greatest, but always reserve the right to change if necessary. So before we talk about the product, SugarConnect, let's talk a little bit about why we embarked upon this journey and why we created the product. Today, there are plenty of applications that we all interact with on a daily basis in order to achieve our outcomes and to do our jobs. From email through to CRM, chat, ERP, etc. Many reps, service, and sales can interact with upwards of 10 systems just to actually complete their tasks. So this creates a significant challenge around disconnected applications across the organization. With disconnected applications and duplication comes missing contexts and wasted time, etc. And all of this leads to some very, very expensive business impacts. Generally speaking, from a sales perspective, we're looking at lost sales. From a retention perspective, this means reduced customer satisfaction or increased churn, and just generally from the organization, lost productivity. So with that problem statement in mind, we embarked upon a journey to harmonize these applications, and that's truly where Connect came from. If we could harmonize these applications together and surface up insight in whatever application you're using, not just SugarCRM, truly harmonize your CX investment, we'd be providing a tremendous amount of value. This is conceptually a very, very simple problem. How do I get to my information? How do I archive my data? But it's actually a very expensive problem, and being able to solve it is extremely valuable to the organization. So with that, Connect was born. And in the first iterations of Connect, the goal is very simple. Effortlessly manage your customer relationships and all the follow-up activities directly inside Office 365 and G Suite, never having to leave the application that sales reps and service personnel as well use most. To do that, we focus on three core value pillars. Number one, providing a true customer 360. And this is a term that's used a lot in the industry. Generally, it means show you all the information about a customer. Inside Connect, we focused on showing you just the right bit of information that you need to complete the task at hand. So for example, I'm communicating directly with a customer. What information about the last meeting or next upcoming meeting is absolutely critical to make sure that that outreach and that communication is informed, it's personal, and it's effective as well. Beyond providing that true customer 360, in line with our no-touch information management vision, we also want to automate all the data entry. Email is a treasure trove of absolutely critical business data, relationship information, and today in many worlds, people are stuck copying that or at worst, manually re-entering that into third-party systems. With a direct integration, native integration with Office 365 and G Suite, it's our goal, and actually we do automate a large portion of that data entry directly into CRM and your other CX applications. So we can build that true customer 360, highlighting top information when you need it most, and we can also automate all the data entry that you may have. We're going to boost productivity, and that's really, really important. Boosting productivity isn't just a buzz phrase. That means more time in front of customers. That means more time spent servicing customers, driving higher win rates, driving higher customer satisfaction as well. So these are the three core goals of SugarConnect. And let's talk about the capabilities that we're bringing inside this product to help you manage your relationships inside Office 365 and G Suite. Connect brings to market 8 key capabilities to deliver on the 3 value pillars you saw on the previous slide. First and foremost, it's our goal to make CRM effortless. Again, natively embedding the value of the SugarCX applications directly into CRM, bringing in that true customer profile and helping you when you need it most during real-time communications with customers. We also focusing on capturing email, unlocking your calendar, and managing tasks natively inside the email application. So this means true server-side sync directly with the SugarCX applications, bringing all that information both into the email, but also capturing it back into CRM, no data entry required. Moving down to the left-hand side, you'll actually see a new bucket here called schedule meetings. Again, another conceptually simple but very expensive problem. And if I might add, there are actually companies in an entire industry dedicated to just doing this one function. Today, when you're dealing with someone who is not inside your organization, there's generally a lot of back and forth to schedule meetings. Inside Connect, we eliminate that by bringing to market a scheduling assistant capability, which allows you to expose your calendar in real time to prospects in a completely configurable manner, allowing them to select a time that's mutually beneficial for both you and your customer, and cutting down on the back and forth. Moving along, we're bringing capabilities to help engage with prospects and customers by bringing marketing curated content and templates from the CRM system and making them natively available inside Office 365 and G Suite. And finally, if we can bring CRM data in, we can capture all the follow-up, we can help you schedule meetings and engage with your customers, we should be able to show you who's interacting with whom, who has strong relationships, and generally what types of activities are happening. We should also be able to help you understand how customers are engaging with your content. Are they opening a pitch deck that you sent them? Are they clicking on links, etc.? These are the 8 core capabilities of the Connect platform and vision. 6 of them are available today. The product is actually available, ready for use. And these final 2 are coming as roadmap items, albeit we do have a very aggressive roadmap revving this product every 3 weeks. So 6 key capabilities available in market today, 2 coming soon. We talked a little bit about the 3 value pillars, the 8 key capabilities. You might be wondering, well, how do you actually deliver this? We do so through 2 core components. Number 1, there is a native side panel inserted into Office 365 and G Suite. For our existing customers today, you may be familiar with our Outlook plugin. Connect is a little different. It leverages from the Office perspective the universal add-in framework. And what that means is that we can make this side panel available on Windows, on Mac, and also in the Outlook web interface as well. For G Suite, we use a similar capability, embedding it into the Gmail experience. We also have a web portal, which is generally reserved for configuration activities, both for users and admins. So the majority of users are going to spend most of their time interacting directly with the side panel. But these are the 2 core components of the Connect application available today in market. So we've talked a little bit about the value. We've talked about the 8 core capabilities and the 2 components here. Let's have a look at the product. And to do so, we're going to be following a protagonist. Today, we'll be following Melissa Evans, an account executive at the fictitious Delta Technologies. And Melissa will be preparing for her day, researching the customer that she needs to meet with next, responding to a customer invite as well. So with that, let's have a look at the product. So jumping over, you'll actually now be seeing new for Sugar, the Connect application directly embedded into the Outlook web interface. Now, the application that you're seeing today is in the Outlook web interface, but I assure you The interface is exactly the same in Office for the desktop client, and it is exactly the same for the G Suite experience as well. So totally uniform regardless of which platform you use. Moving to the right-hand side of the application, you can see this new side panel natively inserted into, in this case, the Office 365 experience. Moving from top to bottom, we've got global search. For those familiar with Sugar's global search capabilities, we make that completely available inside the Sugar Connect application. You can also search by specific modules as well. This includes both standard out-of-the-box modules and any additional custom modules you've added into the system. Moving down, we've got a new contacts capability. New contacts scans through your inbox and also your meeting invitations as well to find contacts and people that you're interacting with but do not yet exist inside the CRM. Again, really simple problem, big value saver and time saver for reps. So in this case here, we're going to send an email digest to reps on a weekly basis, or they can come into Sugar Connect at any time and press new contacts to find contacts that they're interacting with but have not yet been created inside CRM. Which point is very simple. You just press add, enter any additional information that's required, and you're up and running. Very low touch information management. Moving to the right-hand side, we have a scheduled email capability. This is about taking the power of Sugar Market and other marketing applications and boiling it right down to a singular sales rep. And the use case here is a sales rep may want to send a few emails, drip campaigns, etc. to customers, and we allow them to schedule those emails to go out at predetermined intervals or times. And this is an easy way to see your upcoming emails. And then finally, scrolling down, you'll see access to every single module inside Sugar. One I get asked constantly is, does this include custom modules? Yes, out of the box, we do support custom modules. They will be here on the screen, absolutely no touch required. So let's go ahead and have a look, move back to my email inbox. We can see here a quote from James Anderson. I'm going to go ahead and open up the contact card here and try and find James Anderson inside my CRM system. This is quickly done. Connect has quickly done a search throughout my email, throughout Sugar, to try and find James's contact record. And in this case, based upon his email address, has found James as a contact inside the system. I can see here that there's some information. I've got his, James's email address, any other information that's required, plus also any modules or related records inside the system. From here, I could update an opportunity, I could create new opportunities, I could add tasks, etc., creating or updating records directly inside the CRM system. I can also quickly view this record in Sugar should I need to, edit the record fully based upon my ACL access levels predefined inside the CRM, or refresh the record if I feel like it's out of date. However, we do refresh the view every single time you click on the record. So moving back to the record here, you can see full information management very simply directly from the application. Now this side panel is also available directly throughout the entire system. So if I was in the calendar view, for example, and I had an upcoming meeting, I can open the meeting, in this case, doing so in Office 365 on the web, grab that side panel and then have that full experience as well. This is now trying to find any match inside the Sugar CX application for that record. In this case here, it's found Mr. Mark Placido. Again, pull that in. You can see custom fields coming in as well through this demo. Now what you're seeing here is a client-side view. This is a side panel available directly inside the application. It is in addition to our Server Sync capabilities, so a unique differentiator from our Outlook plugin. Whilst you are seeing a side panel, the side panel is not directly responsible for syncing. We actually have full server-side integration running in the background, so we're syncing emails directly back to the CRM system. We're also syncing all calendar events bidirectionally with CRM. So if you're, in this case, the Outlook web client, if you're on your mobile device as well, whatever that may be, you can directly update the CRM system, no touch required. We'll pick that change up in the back end, and through server-side sync capabilities, move that directly into the system. Moving along, we're also pulling people into the system as well. So any contact records that you have existing inside your CRM system will also be brought directly in. We will also see any tasks that are available inside the CRM system brought into Office as well. In this case here, you can see a couple of test tasks that I have in my system. If there are any related records, I can also quickly open that directly from the Connect portal as well. So again, full email integration, full calendar integration, contacts and tasks brought into email. This great full 360 of the customer and also any of my follow-up activities. I want to quickly jump into the portal view as well. So that is the Connect application. The portal experience, again, generally reserved for admins or users that are configuring sync or other capabilities. I want to highlight the new meeting scheduling capability that's brand new as part of SugarConnect. So as I mentioned in my introduction, we have a new capability around helping you find times to meet with your customers. And in this case here, you can see the scheduling capability comes out of the box with 3 meeting types: a 15-minute meeting, a 60-minute meeting, and a 30-minute meeting as well. This is completely configurable. Users can go in and update this as well. So let's say I want to change my 60-minute meeting type such that I'm only available to meet with new prospects on Wednesday between the hours of, say, 9 and 4, or if I wanted to add an interval for my lunch break, I could do so as well. This allows me complete flexibility with my calendar to make sure that I can schedule meetings with prospects effectively. This will also respect any calendars, events that you have on your calendar already. So for example, if you have no time available between 9 and 4 on Tuesday, even though you've made it available here, it will not be presented to the customer as a potential option. On the left-hand side, we make the event type or the event name configurable. So in this case, you can make this a 60-minute new prospect introduction. This will change the meeting agenda and event. In the event description, you can also insert a calendar link or a WebEx link as well, whatever information is required. You can specify the duration of the meeting. In this case, it's a 60-minute meeting. And also minimum scheduling notice as well. This is really important. This stops surprise meetings showing up on your calendar instantly. So in this case here, a customer can only schedule a meeting with me at a minimum of 24 hours in advance, giving me enough time to prepare for that meeting. If I wanted to, I could also advance that to 48 hours. So for the purpose of this demo, I'm going to turn on my calendar again and save that. And now I'm going to show you what would happen if I had sent that link to a customer. So this is the link that you could insert into an email or share with your customers, and they'll see free busy time based upon your calendar. Now today is Wednesday, October 23rd, but because I scheduled a minimum notice of, in this case, 24 hours, you'll see that Thursday is not available for booking, even though my calendar is available. So again, making sure that customers can't schedule meetings last minute that you can't prepare for. So let's go ahead and schedule a meeting with Melissa for 9 a.m. I will enter my name and also my email address as well, and go ahead and save this. Now what's happening in the background is actually quite interesting. So this is confirming the meeting with me. It will send a properly formatted calendar invitation to me as the prospect with both the accept and decline. It will send an email alert to Melissa. It will automatically create a calendar invitation and update Melissa's calendar, and it will then sync that information back to CRM. So with literally just 3 fields and press of save, the prospects now got an invitation on their calendar, the sales reps had been alerted, the sales reps calendar has been updated, ready to go, and the CRM system will also be updated. This is the embodiment of no-touch information management. Great new capability coming directly inside the application, available today, and again, it's just going to get better over time. So just to recap, we've seen the meeting scheduling assistant The primary application inside, you can actually see here, this test account has already got the meeting booked. Here's the alert from Melissa. Hey, Melissa, a new meeting's been scheduled. You've received my out of office because I'm here at Sugar Connection in Paris, just to show you that this is all happening in real time. We've also got server-side capabilities running in the background, meaning that no matter what device you're on, so long as you're updating the connected account, information will be synced back into CRM system. No touch information management at its finest. Let's go ahead and jump back into the product. And just to recap the capabilities that you've seen here today, with Sugar Connect, we're bringing accurate and complete customer data. By automating the data entry, by creating that customer 360, we're making sure that your sales and service reps always have the absolute latest information at their fingertips when they need it most during real-time communication with their customers. By doing all of this, we're focusing on driving higher productivity rates. This means more time in front of customers. This means more time spent servicing customers, which leads to higher win rates and also increased customer retention and satisfaction. But most importantly, as you're embarking upon the CX journey and as a valued Sugar customer, we're also focused on end user adoption. And by bringing applications that help users access the information directly from the apps that they're using, in this case, Office 365 and G Suite, we're improving end user adoption of the entire CX portfolio, absolutely maximizing your return on investment inside Sugar by making that information actionable, tangible, and accessible from other systems. So with that, I'm very excited to announce Sugar Connect. The product is in market today. It is available for trial. So I do encourage everyone who has not yet seen it today, please contact your Sugar partner or your Sugar sales rep to arrange a trial. Again, the application is in market today for Sugar customers. And with that, I will hand back over to David.
Awesome, great. So now we're open for Q&A. We've got some questions already queued up. I'll be reading them off. And if you have any additional questions, please type them in the box and go to webinar for Q&A. So first question, is it possible to customize Connect to filter meetings synced to CRM by the account?
So meetings that are synced to CRM today actually go against the contact record or lead record based upon email address. So we use built-in Sugar functionality today to match based upon email address. And if that contact record or lead record is associated to an account, then yes, that meeting will be available and synced to the account.
Great. All right. Next question. Can you clarify what direction contacts, meetings, and tasks synchronize? Are all three bidirectional or are some one direction?
Great question. So meetings are bidirectional, meaning that we will sync meetings to and from Sugar. Contacts and tasks are unidirectional. We pull contacts and tasks from the CRM system and surface them directly inside email. However, we also make the Connect side panel available when you're looking at your contacts and tasks, so you can update information in the CRM from the email client.
Awesome. All right. Is it possible to customize Connect to filter meetings synced to CRM by one, the account that a meeting is related to? Well, let's answer that one first, and then we'll answer the next one.
Is it possible to customize Connect to filter meetings? I'm not quite sure. You can look at it. You can pull up an account record inside the system and see all the meetings that are related to it. Absolutely. If you're looking to sync a meeting invitation directly to an account, that's not how the application runs today. It's doing based upon the invitee, so it's looking for person records inside the CRM.
Okay, and then part two of the question is if you could customize Connect to filter meetings synced to CRM by the number of attendees.
Great question. So that is not a capability we have in the product yet. We are actually in the process of rapidly expanding the way that we filter records that are synced to and from the system. So we'll take that back to the team and add it as input to the backlog.
Yeah, that's a
really good one.
Yeah. Is the Outlook plugin available for Microsoft Exchange? And if not, is there any plans to integrate with Exchange?
So the existing Sugar Outlook plugin today does integrate with Exchange. However, it is only client-side sync. There is absolutely no server-side sync available, and there are no plans to bring server-side sync to the Outlook plugin. SugarConnect is our new server-side based capability. That's where the majority of the investment is heading right now. That integrates with Office 365, which has hosted Exchange components.
Great. Okay. Does SugarConnect replace Outlook plugin and has more features? Is that correct?
So no, it does not replace Outlook plugin at this time. There are features that exist inside Outlook plugin today that do not yet exist in Connect. Our goal is to make them feature parity, but for example, Connect only supports Office 365, whereas Outlook plugin will remain available to customers at this time for on-premise Exchange deployments, for example.
Great. How does this work with your Sugar identity for customers that are using single sign-on?
Great question. So that is a roadmap item. It's actually a short-term roadmap item. So as Rich would call it, it is in the next 4 to 9 months. And there's sort of two ways that you need to sign in to Connect. Number one, everyone gets a Connect license. You log in using your email credentials. The next part of that is you have to authenticate yourself against a Sugar instance so that we can sync your records from your email or calendar to that Sugar instance against your name, respecting your access requirements. Today, we do not support Sugar identity for that part of the sign-in process. However, it is absolutely our goal and on our, as I said, near-term roadmap to enable Sugar IDM such that you can sign in using your Sugar identity account.
That was a great question. Does the calendar functionality you showed in Outlook work the same way in G Suite?
Largely, yes. There are some platform-specific dependencies. So for example, Outlook uses the concept of categories, whereas Gmail uses the concept of tags. So we make just a couple of modifications based upon the platform, but yes, holistically, the functionality is the same.
All right. What features have been enhanced since the acquisition?
Yeah, absolutely. So there are 2 products that are in market today. Existing CollabSpot customers will be using CollabSpot Classic. This is a Gmail-only product. So since then, we have taken that product, we've expanded it. It's now part of the Office 365 platform as well. There are some features that are not yet from Classic into Connect. We're working on it, but Bidirectional Sync for Office 365 is new. The Meeting Scheduling Assistant is new. Actually, the server-side sync capability is also largely reworked, so it's faster and more performant. And then we've got a whole host of new features that are coming in the midterm roadmap as well, which will be far beyond what was available in previous CollabSpot products.
Great. All right. What are the current languages that you support?
English only. We are bringing 4 more languages to market very shortly, and I can give you the information offline about that. And then we will look to expand that on an as-needed basis, depending on market demand.
Great. How much does SugarConnect cost, and is it by user? I'll go ahead and take that one. SugarConnect is going to be the same price as CollabSpot Classic. It's $15 per user. Next question, what is the licensing model? Oh, same question. It's a per user licensing, $15 per user per month.
One thing to note on that, there's no one-to-one requirement. So if you have, for example, 300 seats of Sugar, but you only need to license 50 seats of Connect, you are free to do so. I would personally like, as the product manager, that you take 300 seats of Connect, but absolutely, we give that flexibility to meet your business needs.
That's right, that's right. Is SugarConnect available for on-prem deployment, or is it cloud only?
SugarConnect is deployed in Sugar Cloud. However, it can connect with on-premise instances, so the capabilities are available to on-premise deployments, provided that your on-premise deployment can connect to the internet. We need to be able to sync records to Office 365.
Great. Can you synchronize meetings and emails manually?
Yes, you can either sync them manually or through server-side sync.
We are getting great questions
Yeah.
here. Will buffers for scheduler be offered soon?
Yes, so we've got buffers. We're looking at different capabilities like round robin as well. There's a whole host of roadmap items for the meeting scheduling assistant. It's a big part of the platform that we want to invest heavily in.
Great. And is there a 30-day free trial available?
Absolutely. Please contact your Sugar sales representative or your Sugar partner as well, and we'd be more than happy to get you set up with a 30-day free trial.
Great. So we're going to give it just a few more minutes or seconds maybe for additional questions. That seemed to be our last one. Oh, we got one in. Does Sugar Connect work with enterprise?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Got another one. They're still coming in. Has the user interface changed?
I'm assuming you're asking, has it changed since the previous CollabSpot products? Yes, it has changed to meet Sugar's design motif. And over the next upcoming versions, you're also going to see us rework some of the major UI elements as well to streamline them and bring them more in line with the Sugar design language and standards.
Great. Okay, any more questions? Type them in. We still have more time. You have us for as long.
I'm gonna seed a question here because I get this one asked a lot. How do we deploy Connect? So for customers who have Outlook plugin today, you are, I'm sure, accustomed to installing an app onto every single machine inside your organization. And that means whenever we push out an update, you have to install that onto every single machine. With the Sugar Connect, we've leveraged the universal add-in framework. What does that mean? It means that through Admin Center, you can push out the application en masse to everyone. Very simple, no specific installation required on the machine. And then we handle updates. So updates are transparent to the user. It functions much more like a mobile application. There's nothing you need to go and install on each individual machine. We push out updates every 3 weeks, and then they're consumed automatically and natively inside the client. So there's absolutely no overhead on your team at that point.
Awesome. Great information. Got another question here. We have implicit now. Will there be a conflict between programs if we do a 30-day trial?
That's one that we need to follow up on. I specifically have not tested that, so we'll follow up offline with that one.
Okay. If you have multiple calendars, can you select which calendar syncs to Sugar? And is there a way to prevent specific calendar items from syncing automatically?
Yeah, so we actually give the user 2 configuration options. Number 1, you can sync your primary calendar, which would pull across everything on your primary calendar. Number 2, in V1, we have the ability to create a separate Sugar calendar. So this means that only records on the separate Sugar calendar would be synced to and from Sugar. In future iterations of the product, we're looking at better filtering and more advanced capabilities to select which meetings do get synced, like we mentioned in the previous question. But out of the box today, there are 2 options: sync everything that's on your primary calendar, or create a separate Sugar calendar, which you can selectively sync from.
Got it. And there was another part to this question: are the privacy settings on your meetings, are those respected in the sync?
Not in V1. So the recommended use case in that point is to use the Sugar calendar option, which allows you to selectively sync or selectively withhold records. We are looking to add that in future versions of the product.
Great. All right, got another question here. How long does setup and installation take?
On average, setup, this is org-wide setup, including initial user configuration, takes about 15 minutes. And then installation takes on the order of 2 to 3 seconds. Updates will be about that quick as well.
Oh, that was fast.
Yeah, if you've ever installed an add-in inside Outlook, or a Chrome extension inside Chrome, you've installed Connect. It's exactly the same process.
Okay, if there are 2 CRM instances, will Connect give an option to the user to link with both?
So no, in the application today, it's 1 email domain and 1 SugarCRM app. We can absolutely look at supporting multiple Sugar instances in future versions of the product.
Okay. All right, waiting for additional questions. If you have anything out there, go ahead and type them in. Okay, I'm going to assume that we're done with the questions. If you do have some, go ahead and, oh, we got one, you slipped it in. Does Connect collect Sugar market responses?
No, it does not. Connect today integrates just with Sugar. However, if you've got SugarMarket integrates with Sugar, so you'll be able to report SugarMarket responses out of Sugar.
Great, great. Okay, got some more. Is SugarMarket required to use the email template capabilities?
No, we're leveraging actually the Sugar template capability inside Sugar's CRM, which is Sell or Enterprise specifically, to leverage that. So you do not need SugarMarket to make that work.
Great. Okay, good meaty questions.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and call it. If you have any additional questions, type them in because we're still receiving them, and we can follow up on those after the webinar, and we'll send you a direct response. Otherwise, thank you so much for tuning into the webinar. Appreciate very much the level of engagement as demonstrated by the questions. Really appreciate it. Have a great and productive day.
Thank you, everyone.